A visiting card, a charism's path. Maria Teresa Rosillo. Chapter 5 Joyful Mystery. Then the dualism mercy consolation appeared. In the studies and reflections of the congregation, there were two orientations or tendencies, one that viewed the charism as mercy, another which focused on consolation. This apparent diversity caused much bewilderment and raised many questions. It was a time of enthusiasm in everything the Church experienced. The implementations of Second Vatican was like a big door open to new realities. Everyone in the Church was interested in the discussion and the sincere search for the new, still unknown. How was the search for the Sisters of Our Lady of Consolation? We were enveloped by the great wave of the Council, enthusiasm, hope, desire for novelty. There were also affirmation of certain preferences, small partisan attempts, or theological discussions. The questions of the new generations that had come in were heard, but what is our charism, mercy, or consolation? By the great grace of God and the prudence of our superiors, all this was resolved with great serenity and balance. The congregation lived through a time of amazed listening to the signs of the times and a serious and profound reflection, in which many sisters burned their eyelashes working on the theme of charism. In the line of serenity and balance that characterized the post-conciliar stage of the congregation, there was an attempt to unify the different charismatic elements that had been emerging. Beyond the meaning that humility, merciful charity, and consolation may have as Christian virtues, how to unify them to recognize the charismatic body of the Institute. As every charism is a gift from God, the reflection focused on the honor of all the charism, and we reached a joyful discovery. The charism is a living and multifaceted spiritual reality, polyhedral, we could say. God reveals over a long time various facets of the charism that, without excluding the previously known ones, unites and enriches that mysterious divine reality. The revelation of a charism is completed with the evolution of the times according to the circumstances. In that mysterious rhythm of divine revelation, far from the mercy consolation, attention was paid again to the first idea of Mosemania in his funeral prayer. There we discover humility as the root where it is installed and where all charism comes from. It is a human root sustained by the gift of divine humility, from which it receives its life. Without humility, no charism would have life. Humility is the most radical aspect of love. We discover humility as the vivifying and unifying soil of all charism, personal or institutional, in our case, the soil able to nourish and unite mercy and consolation. What Paul VI had already done in his homily, what Pope Francis now does in Misericordiae Vultus, what the novices of Brazil did spontaneously much earlier and represented in a graphic way in the joyful moment when, during the seminar about the charism, they discovered so much richness. All the life and activity of the sisters of the past and present was simply a reflection, a reverberation of God Himself in His own being, as we shall see going forward. Consolation. Branches loaded with fruits of consolation in the person of our foundress, and in her work, fertile branches, manifestations of the mercy that springs to the outside giving fruits of service to all, from the conviction that we can do nothing for ourselves. Mercy, the strong and firm trunk of faith in which God sustains our life and everything we do. Merciful God that is seen and understood through our lives. Humility, deep roots of truth, our truth of being creatures. We are nothing without God. Without me, you cannot do anything.
Sign